Okay, hello everyone. Shall we begin with a moment of silence, concentration? Okay, thank you for coming. I welcome everyone here. This session is called Community Connect and it's being organized by Aware uh, in collaboration with support from RAS. Um, Community Connect is a new format which we are trying to introduce as Aware, a periodic meeting wherein we invite the working groups and hold conversation with the community members. We felt it is right now necessary, given the environment, that we need to communicate with each other. We need to collaborate. And the only way to go about it is that we come together. Uh, and I take this opportunity to invite other working groups and not just working groups, all services of Auroville to use this periodic community connect session to come and make their presentation, try to connect, have conversation, collaborate, and have better communication. I would like to also give a bit of context why this came about. Last meeting we had of similar format was about 10 months ago. In January, February, we had such meeting. And this is now after almost a year. And I think this also, I mean, there are multiple other reasons which adds to the unnecessary gap that we have in our community. So this is a small effort to little bit alleviate that. And this gap also is very conducive, not for collaboration, but for the rumor mills, all the exaggeration and all that concerns, fears that we all have in our midst. And this becomes a, say, monthly effort, an instance where we can come, whatever we hear, we can directly ask the people rather than relying on indirect sources. And I would like to also bring to the notice that it is also true that 10 months ago, the kind of environment we had is not very welcoming for the working groups to come and take that kind of pounding. It's already a thankless job. They are really working hard. They are working hard, whatever that may be. You may agree or disagree. On top of that, if they have to come and if it's critical, if it is constructive, I think everyone is willing. However, if it is personal, if it is scathing, if it is destructive, nobody wants to come and put themselves in front and face such scenarios. So given such scenarios, we try to come in and hold the space where we can hold, even if it is argument, we can have an informed, a more mature kind of conversation, and we talk about issues at hand, which means manifesting Auroville, and let's stick to that. And in that context, I am told also the working groups are working to the T according to the 57th governing board minutes, which means that all their presentation, which where somewhere they will be linked to those 57th minutes, And if you limit the questions or your ideas, your observation related to that, it will be nice. And also another aspect of calling this meeting is also that perhaps there are, say, 3 or 2 sticking issues out of 10 different things that these working groups do. And we usually come to these meetings and pick on those 2 or 3 controversial ones, and that's where the conversation ends. The idea is also, can we talk about the 7 generic ones which affects us all, but then they are not controversial? We all understand that we need to talk about it. Is there a way, a platform where we talk about those essential things also? So I recommend, this is what I would as a way try to intend to do, is that we keep the controversies out for now, look at the general issue as resident, and see how we can progress, how we can manifest. In this we have for this session 4 working groups who have agreed to participate. Working committee, funds and asset management committee, council, whatever the C stands for, and ATDC, Lavinier, Auroville Town Development Council, and then we have RAS. So I have broadly listed down some ground rules for the Community Connect. Be respectful to all participants who are coming on stage and presenting. This includes being respectful of their opinions, beliefs, and backgrounds. Don't attack that. Stick to the topic which they're bringing in the presentation. Listen actively. This means giving your full attention to the speaker and avoiding interrupting them in any way. And be prepared to share your ideas. However, till the time we build confidence, this format will only have this, like previous time, this note chit giving system. If you have any question, any observation to make, you can raise your hand. We have some volunteers who will give you the paper and a pen. Please write your feedback in capital letters so that it's not too big. And I need to read it, so please be kind to me. And be open. This is an opportunity to learn from each other. And be willing to be supple. Not everyone will agree on everything. Let's start from there. And so be prepared to find the common grounds if we can. And that's where we can begin our collaborative journey. And we all know that yesterday was also 50th anniversary of Mother's passing. And in next 5 years, in 2028, that will be 150th birth anniversary of the mother. It's also an occasion where we can come together and work. Like she always said, we must all agree and work. So they are not so hard in terms of the rules. They are not as such. It's more like a guideline. It's more like a friendly terms, if I may put it that way. And I want to thank you in advance for your cooperation in creating a respectful and productive environment for all. And this definitely stands for me. I will try to be as respectful and as productive as possible. To ensure we are on time, we have 15 minutes per presentation, and then Q&A is about 15 minutes. We lost a bit of time to begin, so we will adjust it. And we have Naren as a timekeeper. So in terms of Q&A, we will come to a hard stop. So we will have a presentation and then a Q&A, which means that it can't go on forever because the next one needs to come and make a presentation. So we will make a hard stop. But like I also mentioned in the notification, we will take all your questions and I would ensure that it reaches them and we expect them to also respond to it. Even if it's not possible to respond in person today, maybe in writing through AuroNet and mass mail. With this, I invite our first presenter, working committee, to give their presentation.
Thank you, Lakshay. It was wonderful to see a full house with 50,000 people. but that's the dream. So we better start living in it, even the invisible ones, so that we can overcome boycotts and everything else. So, all right, so that is our list. So let me just read out the ones. So that's the work plan based on the 57th GB, the ROR, which Selvaraj I will call, visas reserva, court cases I will do, police liaison partha, embassies and other visits, volunteers, entry board, community coordinators, and general communication. So these are the broad lines that we will present today. Now, just before we start on the 57th, to give you a quick background on that, the very first meeting we had with the governing board, they presented a paper on different topics, which was governance, town development, economy, land, and so on and so forth. Now, where it was not their points, they had actually collected and assessed all that had gone on previously in the last 10 years, previous 10 governing board meetings, to see what had happened, what was pending, what were the, let's say, pointers given, what needs to change, what is lacking, what is good, and so on and so forth. Could you come to the next one? Yeah. All right. Oh, I don't need a pointer. It's okay. I'm hopeless. I'm hopeless with this. No, forget it. So, all right. So, if you look at these points, they are basically all pointing to Auroville and the way groups work. Coming back to the center, coming back to our ideals, coming back to what we should base all our policies, all our work, all the directions we take. So basically it's that. So with the very first one, decisions need to be driven by the ideals of the mother, of course. Yeah, we know that. But to make all that effective is the work which needs to progressively happen, which is not always the case. Need for work plans for each area. Now working committee has up till now not really looked at work plans. The working committee has taken whatever comes in the early, in the format. But when you look at that, we realize that in terms of governance, we have to start looking at all the, policies, basics. Policies is a big word, and that comes at a next stage. But already to start defining what we need, what is missing, how do you establish criteria? So we have been doing a bit of homework on that. It's only at that. So we've kind of just started with that, because when it came, nobody wanted to look at it. So we've started looking at it now. Selection of human resources, same thing, skill sets based on the ideals and all that. Promote a culture of engagement, transparency, commitment. Well, we are in let's just be honest, we are in a difficult time. We cannot thrust these things on everybody, but we can keep trying. So that is there. But where we have started is precisely 1.5, contact persons and coordinators for residential communities. Now, this was actually started in 2021, and the first meeting we got about, I don't know, 71 or 75 people. It was it was very announced overnight, and we got that. It was online. But the next meeting, which we called, which was after December 2021, I think only 15 people showed up. So it just gives us the mood of the house. That was that whole mood of general boycott and everything. So there's the human factor is there. We have to deal with what is in before us. At the same time, we cannot leave behind Auroville just because some people are opposed to certain things. Okay, so this one has been specifically pointed out, and we looked at the back comments of different chairmen and governing boards. Dr. Karan Singh mentioned that if you don't harmonize, we cannot come and work with the governing board, you'll never solve because he had been given a list of questions, you'll never be able to overcome these difficulties. Kirit Bhai had said the same. So this sort of points to that somewhere in our functioning, we have to keep the balance even and definitely work with them because they are part of the act, we are part of the act, you all are part of the act. So that is the first part. Second one, I'll call Selvaraj. Just to say that Tina has a broken wrist and Shimo is not well. So whoever is able to speak, I'll call on.
Yeah, the foundation and obviously the working committee also has been helping with trying to get over with the ROR. It's a little bit more than a year that this process updating of ROR has been started. And the last announcement was again made to try and get all the updates. And there was about 200 people list, 120 who are in the community who didn't take the trouble to update. Another around 100 or so who are outside of Auroville. And their list is also being kept for them to do follow up and send their updates. And this hasn't happened from the outside. Nothing, no input has come. But within the community, at this moment, we got about 40 people came over and updated their information. There were a few who came, they approached the Auroville Foundation, but didn't bother to come back and update. There is still, I would say, around 200 people who have not, followed up and made this update. I guess we all know that there are some people are avoiding to try and do this update. I think it's not fair not to try and update in any organization. This is the basic, task that at least once in 10 years or once in 5 years, we need to make this update. And anyway, so far we have done this work. The foundation hasn't given us a clear picture when they will announce the next step.
Okay, so I have to touch the problem of the visas. You have here the last update that is public, the numbers. And these numbers, in my opinion, express a couple of things that we can comment. The first one is the big number of visas that have been issued without any problem, according with the time that they were asking and all this, 1,231. So I believe that the majority of the visas that have been given to the working committee have been responded well, and there is no problem. The second is a little more controversial, is for 5 years to 1 year. Have been 121 that originally maybe they were asking for 5 years, and the foundation have reduced to 1 year. And then there are some small numbers out of this. So this general picture that we are seeing, in my opinion, indicate at least a couple of things that we should speak about. One is that the majority of the visas that have been requested have been issued without any problem, and this affects to a big number. So we could say, okay, this is quite good and quite normal. The other 121 indicate, in my opinion, an abnormal number. Is too high, in my opinion, of people that the visa have been reduced by the foundation. Then, in my opinion, this expresses that the present situation in which we are living, the context of Auroville, the big fight in which we are involved, a fraction of the community decided to confront this governing board openly, and then they have been requesting that the secretary will go. and many other things. They are expressing that they have a frank disagreement and they want to change many things. In our opinion, essential aspects of Auroville, and then the big problem is there. This indicates this confrontation. And I believe that I would like to see that these numbers are reduced and these numbers could be improved towards something more normal. But in this context, frankly, I believe that we will have these numbers and maybe even bigger if we don't change. If this kind of context don't change, I cannot believe that these numbers will improve. So this is something that is calling to all of us. All of us, we have a certain responsibility in the present situation. And everybody have to think how to improve this situation because it's not good at all. That's all.
I just want to remind, if you have any question, observation, raise your hand. Our volunteer will come to you with paper and pen.
Yeah, just one thing before I go on to that topic is that there are a lot of people who also ask for 1-year visa that we should also be aware of. There have been the visas which have been reduced, but there's quite a substantial number who are asking for 1 year. So that is all there. Okay, court cases. We just looked at, because there are 22 court cases apparently. But we just picked up the main working groups who are here to, look at that. So in October 2022, the court case was challenged, the appointment of the TDC by the GB. And that was dismissed. The case put against also the formation of the FAMC was withdrawn by the Auroville petitioner. So those are the two main groups there. Then there was another petition in April this year, which challenged the office order with the reconstitution of the groups. This was also dismissed. Another one which challenged the development in the outer ring and the possibility of the person who made this petition that she would have to move house, and that it was her right not to do so, to keep that house. So that was also dismissed on the grounds of Auroville's core aims, basically no personal possession. So that's a long thing where one can share all that. And then we continue ourselves, this group, we continue to have a court case against ourselves. And we keep getting letters of threat from time to time from the people who have put this case against us. The last was this case was taken up for a hearing, and there was an interim order which was given, basically saying that the Residence Assembly can function as it normally does. That had never been actually stopped. But to go on with any policy decision or any other changes, the ROR had to be completed. That was, kind of spelled out twice in the argument and in the thing. So despite that, it's a fact that we have been getting these letters from their lawyer saying that if you don't move out, then, we will take action against you. So we just continue doing our work, as you know. So that's it. Next one, please. All right, Partha.
Good evening. So, being a police liaison, I've been continuing to do, offering my services to the community in all my capacity, being a bridge between the police and the residents, and whatever need that comes forth. Sometimes, like OCI, the police need to go and do verification with the residents. So that time, I try to arrange the resident to come and meet the police in a place where they can meet each other, and not that police goes to their house and any paperwork related to that. And there have been a lot of unforeseen circumstances in Auroville that needed my help, and I always went there to help them out with their processes and paperwork and whatever that I could offer in my capacity at the police station and all. There has been also, sometimes there are people may witness there is some police going around in a jeep. Sometimes wonder why there is a sudden police presence in the community. So we have to understand, being an international community, whatever happens in the outside larger world, it has little ripples also here. So the police takes precautionary measures so that the police presences are there at the present. So it's not forever the police is going to go around the jeep all the time around the community. For certain reason they are there. After some time it may not be there. And of course I try to help out in areas with labor issues between workers and employer. So now the FAMC is looking into it to bring a proper way how to deal with it, because so many of these things are coming up. And of course, there's disputes here and there with the land, encroachment, fencing and blah, blah. So wherever I could go and help, I'm trying to help, offering my help. And yeah, that's it. If anybody has any questions, please feel free. Okay. In a different way, not to mention it.
Is that it from working committee? You have a few more? You want to quickly go through it? You are eating into now the Q&A time.
All right. Okay. So this is, we've just kept it very short. We have been getting quite a number of cases related to the entry board, the process, where a lot of newcomers are being blacklisted. And this has been coming to us several times, so we are a little concerned. Okay, quickly. Embassy. So these visits are part of working committee they have to take care of. So we have had the G20 visits, we have had the youth, part of the youth contingent. We've had the South Zone consular visit from all the, the southern, capitals. We had about, I think, 21 embassies and consulates which came. And they actually actively wanted to help us for different programs. And they have helped us, when we did the Lit Fest and things like that, contacting people, that has happened. Then we had the Minister of State for Social Justice and Empowerment, who was visiting. So we met with him. We also shared our concerns with him, and a list of 10 points was given to him. We had, nobody has missed that, the visit of the Honorable President of India, Draupadi Murmu. And we had the the previous French ambassador from Delhi. He came a couple of months ago, and he wanted to meet a number of people, the French and others from the community. That was arranged. Same thing, we have a new ambassador now. Same thing. So these are just protocol stuff that we have done, and we have also shared ideas with which we can collaborate for Auroville. So that is more on the level of cultural and research and things like that. So that has been well taken. We'll see where it goes. Next one, please. Okay, so this is Arun. Quick.
Okay, I'll just make it short. So Anu was talking about 50,000 people in Auroville in the beginning. Of course, this will start with a volunteer process. We all are volunteers. We are volunteers experiencing Auroville, but we need volunteers who are going to taste Auroville at the first time. So we have already Savi, which is open and looking out to people to volunteer in Auroville. But there's a special initiative that is called Involve, which is going to be collaborated with Savi, and Involve is actually going to reach out to different people. And by reaching out, it's going to be a very intense process where all the informations will be A to Z, not A to B or A to C, but complete information will be given to every volunteer that comes into Auroville. So Involve is a new initiative. It's going to work with Savi for a new volunteer program. Okay, I really committed to the working groups that I will read out the questions. So please do not insist until unless they agree in the next meeting to take direct questions. But I'm going to read out all the questions so that you prepare, and then I will ask you one after the other. Okay. So I will quickly go through all the questions. Why is the working committee not asking the entry board directly what are the issues? There is no blacklist. You need to fact check before you make a statement. There is no blacklist. It's been repeated, but all newcomers have to fulfill the conditions according to the entry policy. The second is, when foreign Aurovillians travel out of India, is it optional, suggested or mandatory to inform officially? What happens to the people who don't update the ROR? Lose house, unit, visa? Block AV emails from receiving emails from certain addresses. Is it true? I think it's a question. Called by the Auroville Foundation Office Secretary, can you do anything? Okay, there is a continuity. There are 200 plus confirmed Aurovillians, that is newcomers who finished their period. Will still have not seen. B form, is it? Okay. All right. There is a simple 2-word comment. Chinese visa, question mark. Who are filing those court cases? ROR. Some are years, TOS. Why are we still in 57th GB meeting minutes, and whereas GB has already met 7-8 more times and their minutes are published, should be ready? What about them? About ROR, will it be published? How many permanent residents, Aurovillians and newcomers are really in the ROR? Are Aurovillians who are living outside Auroville for a long time registered still in ROR? These are the questions. Would any of you come to take one by one? Working committee? Would you like to respond one after the other, all of you?
ROR, will it be published?
No, visas. Let's start with the visas. With the Chinese people, we have a problem. This problem is a political problem between China and India. It's clear. And then sometimes the embassy of India in Beijing refuse. Even we send the recommendations and they refuse to give to those Chinese Aurovillians. This has happened a number of times and is beyond our competence. It's a political problem and we cannot do anything about that.
It has been advised that we do a 1-year recommendation so they can keep going. It's not blocked. So that is how it's moving right now.
There was another question of visas.
When foreign Aurovillians travel out of India, is it optional, suggested, or mandatory to inform officially? Of course.
Well, that question I got me.
You want me to take it's better that way. Let me answer the question.
You have
I'm going to repeat the questions. You can decide who will answer.
Okay.
When foreign Aurovillians travel out of India, is it optional, suggested, or mandatory to inform officially? Is it necessary?
Yeah, this is necessary.
So it is mandatory, you are saying?
It is mandatory. So after 2 weeks when you're going out, I mean more than 2 weeks going out, you have to say that you're leaving Auroville for 2 weeks. Better also why, give us a reason or something, because Auroville Foundation is in a way responsible for you. If something happens to you, they will be questioned. They can be questioned. They're legally responsible for us. So if we are leaving somewhere even to whatever for trekking and to the mountains, then we have to say we are leaving for so and so long and we are going there and there, and then we are expected to come back. When we are going for abroad, in any case, we have to fill in the departure and then back the arrival report, which is automatic because it goes via the official channels. But if you're traveling within India, that applies also to Indian Aurovillians. It's not only to foreign Aurovillians. Everybody who leaves Auroville for more than 2 weeks has to fill in. It's just a simple thing. You fill in a chit and say you're going. That's all. There's nothing.
Fill in where?
In the resident service.
In the resident service.
Yeah, they have papers outside there. You can do it anytime, even outside of the office hours. Yeah.
So to sum it up, Indians, foreigners, everyone, when they plan to go out of Auroville for 2 weeks, they need to fill up the form with Residents Assembly.
Yeah.
Okay, next question. Why is the working committee not asking the entry board directly what are the issues? There is no blacklist. You need to fact check before you say. There is no blacklist, but all newcomers have to fulfill the conditions according to the entry policy. You want to respond?
Yeah, recently we were following up with one of the blacklist person, and we did write to the entry group, but we didn't get any answer. My feeling was that I think what I heard from some members of the entry group is that some of them don't recognize this working committee.
If you have further subsequent question, you can take more chits and give it to me. I will read it out.
I hope we don't need to get into this block and that block and try to work together.
Okay, yes, please keep it short. We have a few more questions.
Very short also. If people are working with us, newcomers, they have a hard time in the entry group to get recognized and get their status. That is our experience. People come to us and we have had that experience.
I invite you, Sonia, next session, entry service can make a presentation and clear out all the doubts. This is what they are doing. I will not engage in this banter. This is not...
No. This is not rumors.
Okay, wait, please don't get into this. I would like to intervene here.
Yeah.
At 7 o'clock, we have a samosa caucus. You all are welcome to directly interact with the working group members. They will be present. I will ensure the gate is closed. They don't leave. But right now, not here.
Okay.
What happened to the people who don't update the ROR? Will they lose house, unit and visa?
Look, we had asked the French consul at one point how she felt about the ROR. She said, look, as an institution, this is a minimum requirement anywhere in the world. And you are an institution under the central government. So this is a basic thing. It's not a big deal. And we've just made it into this huge big deal. So this needs to be updated. If you don't update it, very often, because you have to also understand that all our data, all our material has been taken away by the other group. We have no access. So if we want to have any access to any data, we don't have it. So the ROR basically will supply anybody at any time the updated version of whatever is happening regarding a person. Yeah. And this is essential for any institution.
So
and where we are.
If you are not in the ROR, means you are like an outsider, you are like a guest, you are like a tourist or something. You are not an Aurovillian. You cannot have a financial service account, no decision making. I don't know, you will not be able to be a unit holder. You will have to submit your activities and so on and so on.
Listen, Anu.
No,
I'm going to touch upon all the question. I will send you the question. I would appeal to you to give a detailed reply to the community, make it public. And then they can then email to you and you can further subsequently answer them. Block email, Auroville emails from receiving emails. Is it true from certain addresses?
We haven't done anything.
Working committee, are you in the know that has it been done?
That's not clear, your question.
The question is that it appears that Auroville emails cannot receive emails from certain addresses like Auroville.services.
Yeah, so any communication within working groups has to have auroville.org.in.
Okay, the next question is, who is managing AuroNet and the Auroville emails? What are the criteria to exclude people from okay, then the block and email was the continuity. Has read the back part first.
I think this we will maybe pass on to FAMC. Yeah, okay. They might have a better idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
There are... Okay. Yes, come on.
And all the communications in Auroville now is become centralized under something called AIIS, Auroville Integrated
Information Service.
Information Services. It's under the OSD, Sitaraman G, and Dr. Dhanalakshmi, that is also OSD for IIS. We, in June this year, Satyanaranjit and the secretary communicate to all the community that all the matters related to Auroville matters within the groups has to go with Auroville domain and no other domain. That's all.
Thank you. Is AuroNet also managed by AIIS? No. Do you know who manages them? No, it's a mystery as of now. There are 200 plus confirmed Aurovillians, that is newcomers who finished their period, who still have not been called by the foundation secretary. Can you do anything? That they finished that whole process, but secretary has not called.
We have been bringing this up to her repeatedly.
Okay.
And, you know, all those forms are there. Josepa, do you want to say anything specific to this? Do you want to say anything about this?
We are running out of time, so please make it.
We are pushing.
If you have a definite answer, it's okay, or you can give a detailed reply in the email.
Secretary, and the problem is that many times he is outside of Auroville, and then they accumulate the number of applications that are there.
So you're saying you have reminded her many times, but often she is out of Auroville, and the files have piled up.
And is going to be addressed.
Will you ensure that it is done now?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Who are filing those court cases? ROR, some are years TOS.
I mean, I've just given you most of the court cases on an average is by Aurovillians against the foundation. I think 3 the foundation challenging the court order. That's it. It's been a very one-sided thing. We don't have details of all of them, but it seems at 22.
So there are 22 cases. You are saying only 3 are by the foundation secretariat. Rest is all by Aurovillians.
Which has responded.
Fair enough.
The originator is the other side who is trying to, you know.
Anyway, all are our side. Fair enough. So why are we still in 57 GB minute meeting minutes, whereas GB has already met 7-8 times? It's a point. Why are we still stuck with this 57th? Why is it very crucial, this 57th?
It is very crucial because it is a summary of all the governing board meetings of at least a decade, what has happened before and which have not been implemented, where the governing boards under current thing have said certain decisions should happen, certain things should happen in Auroville, and repeatedly criteria, policies and so on, which have not been implemented, not been looked at, not been detailed out. So they have looked at those things, made a summary, and this is all in the 57th.
Fair enough.
And we have to do that to bring Auroville forward. In the meantime, more things have happened. So 58, 59, 60, and so on goes on. But this is extremely important that we get this in order because it is really an overall view of what all is not okay in Auroville, what has to change.
Okay, can you at least publish the subsequent GB meeting minutes?
We have maybe 2 of them. They were published. Yeah.
So they are published. It seems it's an aurovillefoundation.org website. I think I have seen it myself, and there's a last one. Will it be published about ROR, how many permanent residents, Aurovillians and newcomers are really in the ROR? You want to go one by one? Will it be published?
It has to be published. That
When?
is the plan. Well, as soon as everybody fills it up, because do you want people to be thrown out on the basis of that? So that is the reason I think we issued at least 10 reminders. We even spoke to people, independently. When this final call came, we pushed for that also. And we were surprised that despite the final call, which had 201? 125, only 40 or 60 filled up. So that means the rest are hanging. The ones who are outside and haven't responded or whatever, maybe they're studying or whatever. So they have said, okay, we'll keep this on hold for 3 years. Once 3-year thing passes, then they will be contacted. So that's a different thing.
So are you waiting for those remaining 95 people to
Well,
fill
that
up?
we have to see with Foundation, that's the call. Now it's been done. They will process what has come in, like they processed the earlier one. They even actually contacted people.
Okay.
Earlier on,
So can you respond in detail later about what's going on with this and when will it be done? How many residents, Aurovillians and newcomers are really in the ROR? If you can give us those details. Are Aurovillians who are living outside Auroville for long time still registered in the ROR?
No, after now the limit is 3 years. You can be out for 3 years and then you will be taken off the ROR unless you have a good reason or you ask, for example, communicate something, I have to take care of my old parents or my children are in the education and so on, then it can be extended, there's no problem, but you have to communicate that. So after 3 years, you are then taken off the ROR. Before it was 5 years, now it is 3 years. When the ROR will be finally finalized, I don't know that cutoff date, there have been some cutoff dates already, the whole thing will be finalized and then Aurovillians will be asked to check their data and also correct them again. Because some things can be changed, some things change in a year or in 2 years where you have to correct your data and everybody will be requested to check and see if the data which is recorded in the ROR is still correct.
Fair enough. So you will respond to it later. I also welcome you if you have further questions related to what they have answered. I am taking these questions till the end of this session, till 7 o'clock. So I'm happy to put it all together and make it email to them and they can respond on that. Now I invite FAMC. I also request you to be a little shorter, compensate for working committee's blunders.
Okay, then I will be very fast and take it very... Okay.
This one is better. They're very prosperous. All this while you have been speaking on this?
This works better, yeah. Maybe I just basically say where there are 3 working groups. So there are the working committee, which is takes care of all external affairs, and they also the direct contact to the governing board. Then we have the other thing that has a more interesting job, that's TDC, who do buildings and planning. FAMC is basically the boring group who manage things afterwards. Okay. This will be a little bit boring, but it has a lot of numbers. That's how we work. I must say we took over the job 16 months ago. And it was, first of all, not a very easy takeover because all the subgroups we have from BCC and housing and land board more or less just left whatever they had, did not turn anything over or make any transition, or often did not even give the data. So quite some time we spent on actually just getting the boat to sail again without having too much failure. So we actually spent 4 or 5 months just to stabilize everything we had. So now we're coming back to the 57s. I understand you're a little bit tired of that number, but it has actually been the guiding line. And not that, I think Anu also said it very clearly, it's not that the governing board was extremely intelligent when they took over and immediately analyzed all the challenges Auroville had. They actually just extracted it from the 10 annual years of reporting from the governing board. So it's actually all the things Auroville have been asked to do the last 10 years. And every governing board meeting, we would say, sorry, we didn't reach it. We will do it next year. So now we got all the jobs for many, many years to do in a very short time. So FAMC, which somehow takes care of the economy or trying, have their own set of 57s. Each group have more or less each their challenges. Here are the challenges we have. This is something that never had been done. It's a presentation of an Auroville budget for all the economy of Auroville, and also a long-term plan. What kind of money do you need and what kind of income will you have? It has never been done before. It's also pretty tricky because you could say all the activities we do over the year do get consolidated into the foundation's balance sheet, which actually, as you know, will go to the education ministry. It's actually part of the government's accounts. But this is a static picture. Auroville is not one unit that actually can be seen as a static picture. It's a lot of things that move inside each other, that supports and transfers money. The units will give money, they will give money, the services will get money and do that work. So just to make a static picture of a balance sheet is not in any way following what Auroville do. When people ask me to do a budget of Auroville, I say, it's the same question I ask for a budget of Pondicherry. You can ask for a budget of the municipal budget or things like that. But all the units and all the people together, how will you do that? It's pretty challenging. So we had to do it anyway. So I'll just run through it very quickly, and maybe another presentation could be about economy, because if people, I understand most Aurovillians don't have much knowledge about the economy, or not based on facts. And it's pretty complex, and we could maybe make another session for people who are interested in this. So this is actually the budget we have just made for this year, which is actually the balance sheet of Auroville in all will have a 460 crore. The income generating units are 322. The service units are 65. Grants and donation are 73. Next, please. This leads into to the surplus that comes out of this. The turnover of the units are 322. They have a surplus before contribution of 35 crores. The surplus is in percentage of turnover 11. It's a more technical thing. Out of these 35, they give 15 crore to BCC. So that ends up in a budget for BCC or city services, where this money actually ends in. So the income, it's not fitting here because that was a budget and there's a time delay. The problem is the unit generate income and only the next year later. So the income that comes to BCC in one given year is actually the previous year's income. So this is the budget we made for the city services, which actually comes to a total income of 24 crore, which basically comes from the units. The services is basically just the interest rate from financial service. It's not the service as such. And then individual contribution, the Aurovillian individual contribution is there. That means the budget for running Auroville is actually 24 crore. Next, please. And that the problem is that the budget we have made and paying out this year, this is the different lines it go into. It's actually 28 to 29 crore. That means this year we have actually had a minus, which we have taken from the funds we have. We have still, we call it the grace account. It's the money we have in a kind of balance to make sure that we never go into minus. That is now down to 6-7 crore. So that means we have a monthly spending of more than 2 crore. So we basically have a kind of 3 months buffer. So this cannot continue. So that's why FAMC and BCC have been trying to hold down all expenses that was not needed, and we are trying to push the contribution which has been delayed from the unit. The contribution system from the units have been very loose and very delayed, and we are trying to speed it up. So units actually are in tune already, that we will come into a system where they pay advance. So they are actually, whenever the financial year ends, they have already contributed. And then projection, we have been asked to make true projection, which is very, very difficult, especially in the transition Auroville is. We have been asked to make a projection for 5-year and for a 10-year period. And these projections include that Auroville have a growth of people. Behind these, I'm not telling you all the facts behind this. There's a huge amount of assumptions to make projections like this. But this is a result. I'm just, because I only have 10 minutes, I only have 5 left. So this means that in 5 years' time, the turnover of Auroville could have grown to 719 crore. The income generating unit will be 518, the service unit and grant and donation. And this means that the surplus from the units could grow to 67 crore. Next place, please. And that means the BC's budget could grow of a total income to 58 crore. But that includes more people here. So the income per adult is 123,000. It has grown, but it's still, you could say, a very rough thumb rule is that the income we have right now should be 3 times higher to go into full prosperity. But that's very rough. Okay, let's go on. So we have a number of other things to solve which we are working on. One is to make capital available for our units and also for new upstart. This is very much coming very soon. We have quite a lot of available funds which can be given to loans. We will very soon come up with a process for this. And there will also be a startup fund for new income, which is a separate fund because startups, there's 80% chance that a startup will fail. So it's a kind of separate fund which will be able to hold that there will be losses. Then, yeah, let's take the next place, Peter. You don't have, let's take the next. All Auroville lands, building and other assets must be utilized. We all know there's a lot of assets that is not utilized, and we are doing a survey now. First, we did a survey for all the houses we have. We have 1,700 residence houses. They have all been surveyed. Now we are doing a survey of all the so-called industrial houses and all the public buildings. When this service is done, we have already seen quite a lot of assets which are not utilized or underutilized. They will be set free. They will basically be repositioned by FAMC and they will be published and will be given to anybody who has a good idea to use these assets. Then Auroville has 1,100 acres of land outside the master plan, which is to a large degree more a burden for us than it's actually an asset. We can't sell them. The only thing we can do, we can use them for exchange for land inside, which is one of the main ways of acquiring land right now. There have been many plans for using these assets. They will be used. Last Tuesday, we signed a memorandum of understanding with IIT Madras for research center for 3D printing of houses that will come on some of these lands. And they are very interested to make it a very large sustainability center together with Auroville, which also will be placed in these outskirts lands where we put in the land and IIT and the Ministry of Education will put in resources to develop it. So they will be used. FAMC have asked for permission to sell some of this land to get funds enough to develop Auroville, but we have plainly been told that this will be very, very difficult to get through. Then is a continuous issue in Auroville, elimination of internal money exchange. This is something we work on. We have a very strong effort moving very soon that there simply should be no cash in Auroville. But internal money exchange is also more than that, because it can also be that what we talk about prosperity, that we are not even putting into money. So that's the next step, but we have quite many jobs. Ensure that all basic needs of residents are covered. This is basically what we call prosperity. And we are working on it. It's difficult because prosperity, know how much you see it, it will cost money. It will cost resources to do. But we would like to see how far we can go without having more income than we have right now. Simplify the governance and organization structures, trust unit activities and committees. It is being done, and soon there will be more efforts coming out how this will be handled. Integrated common accounting system to be implemented. This is coming very soon. in our first work of being FAMC, a lot of our work has actually been cleaning up. It has been non-compliance to GST, to many, many rules, many units, and we have 700 units and activities. So even if we meet 3 every day, it will take us 1 year to meet them all. And we should actually meet them at least 1 time a year. Many of these have either not understood or broken a lot of rules. So I must say we have actually been cleaning and cleaning and cleaning for many, many months. But it's getting better. And it's not all that people have broken the rules. It's basically lack of understanding on naivety. And Auroville was a special thing, so you could do whatever you want, but that's not possible. We have to follow the lands of the law in whatever we do. So this larger accounting system will soon come, where there will be, all the system will go into a central system, which also will give FAMC a much better control, especially on the GST. We have been very, very, very nervous of compliance of GST because GST system is very different than the earlier system. The GST system, once you break the rule, you get a fine immediately. The old system, you could somehow explain yourselves out and do like thing. So I'm often saying that the challenge that Auroville has in compliance is not Auroville as such thereafter. It's all of India that goes through compliance. All units in India are having the same issues, and all units have to strengthen their accounting systems and compliance. So we just have to do it very fast. The main problem for Auroville is what we call one for all and all for one, is that we are one. All the units of Auroville are actually one. We are one PAN number. Anyone who fails will go back to everyone. It's actually in a way very beautiful because we are a community. It's very beautiful that we are one company. But the problem with it is that any failure will come back to us all. So we have to be very careful what we are doing. The contribution system, which is now 33% and 5% from restaurants and 20% for guest houses and so on, it might be changed a bit. Let's see what happens, but because it has just been a very simplified system. One of the problems we see is that some units actually have a lot of funds which they actually don't need for their development, and we have no way of actually getting it back to the community. So maybe we have to think about a different way of contributing. And you can also say that young upstart units, they will not be able to contribute, but old units are better able to contribute. So, but there's no decision yet how this can happen. This point 14, I will give to Tobia. But it has been one of the things that the governing boards, not only this one, but earlier one saw that the building cost in Auroville is way higher than outside Auroville. And this is point 15 is the overarching point that Auroville has to be a self-supporting township. We can get funds for development, we can get funds for infrastructure, but the money to run this community, we have to earn ourselves. Not only that nobody wants to give it to us, because nobody wants to give money for their for their life support, but it's also, if you want to run a community and have a certain pride, you have to be able to earn your own living. It's as basic as that, how I see it. I think that's all.
Wonderful.
Was that 10 minutes?
Hello. Yeah. It was perfect. But you promised it would be boring. It was not that boring looking at the questions. Stay here. We will try to run it through because I'm a little bit keeping an eye on the time and we have 2 more presentations to be made. So do you want to take one by one or should I read out all the questions? So you're
fast. Yeah, okay.
One by one?
I don't know if I can answer them, but else I will answer them in writing. Sure.
Yeah. And if it requires a detailed answer, please feel free to say so and then give the response later. What are the prospects for volunteer accommodation? Is that moving ahead?
The governing board has sanctioned to build. I think maybe Toby will come into that. So basically it's sanctioned and it will be a pre-financed building. We have an agreement with HOTCO, which is the Indian government's financing for social housing. So it's something that could happen very fast. We have been challenged by the NTG because we all would like it to build it inside Auroville. Right now, it's simply not possible to build anything because of NGT. So there's even a plan now to maybe build it just outside because we cannot just wait.
Okay, and how many bedded accommodation will that be?
The plan is to build 1,000 beds, which probably will be between 300 to 500 residence flats or whatever you call it.
Okay, I have a short story. This is what you should avoid. Whoever wrote it, thank you very much. I will read it later. No, I will. Thank you. I have seen in the slides the voice prosperity services 1.5 crores. What is it?
I don't know.
It was in your presentation somewhere.
Yeah, no.
He will go back and check the presentation and respond later. FAMC responds mechanically that they have received the email, but the issues are never resolved, nor do they follow up. Why?
Okay. We are trying to answer everything. I personally take a pride in answering whatever I can, but it is challenging to answer everybody. It should not happen. Answers should get, but I have 50,000 mails in FAMC inbox now for the last 16 months. Just to think that we should answer 50,000 emails is quite challenging.
We need to wait for 50,000 residents too.
Then we will have 500,000.
Okay. GOI grants included in that funds that you mentioned? Infrastructure, GOI money, 1,700 crore were supposed to come. Where is it? I'm a little bit rephrasing it. It's not like that. It's a little cryptic. 1,700 crore, where?
Where does this 1,700 crore? It is not from these numbers.
So he says it's not from these numbers, but some numbers were floating around in a way. Like last time in the last presentation, you said 737 crores was supposed to come.
Let me say it in a very simple way that I'm sure the Indian government want to support this project also in a large way. They just want to have a certain kind of confirmation that this community can get its act together and move forward. To provide money in that scale, you need a certain amount of trust.
Okay. And Toby is willing to answer this in his session. How many members are now left in FAMC? How come members stopped? How do you tackle this?
Members come and go. I think we have only lost one.
But Torquil is permanent.
I can go now.
No, it's okay.
No, I think we have been quite stable actually. But it is, I would also say it's a challenging place. So it's not easy. And BCC, we had problems with that. People simply had too much pressure because BCC is a typical place where people come directly and ask for maintenances or money. And it's not an easy place to be.
Yeah. So you want to add to that, Margarita?
I don't know how many of you know who are the members of the FNC. The FNC has, in this moment, 6 members. The first member is the convener of the FNC, that is the secretary of the Auroville Foundation. The second member is Satya Naranji, who is the undersecretary. Then we have Torquil, we have Margarita, we have Chandras, and we have Kalia. These are the 6 members.
As of now?
As of now.
Okay. Thank you. You can stay here. Was Hope exchanged for 14 acres in the center, in the city center? Was the land Hope exchanged for 14 acres for city center?
What do you mean Hope? Hope is still there. We
Hope
have a lot of hope.
Yeah, I hope.
We have a lot of hope. Something
Hope is still there, but a section of Hope was exchanged. It's a question.
Hope is actually part of our orchard, which is a very large area.
Okay.
Our orchard is only using So our orchard, I can't remember. It's quite many acres. Our orchard is only using a very small amount of that for farming. So some part of that has, but I can't remember. I cannot answer precisely. We can answer it later.
You can answer it later in detail. Okay, maintenances for farm and forest have been cut, stopped. How will they survive?
Yes, how will they survive? I don't know.
But you stopped. So any backup plan? You are suggesting something? Any advisory for them?
Let's start with the green belters. It's not forests, it's green belters. There are 40 and 70 workers, 110. According with the forest department, the acres managed by the green belters, the Auroville, should be only 12 people. No, 110. Then, additionally, the green belters has surplus, what they do in wood, in bananas, in coconuts, etc. This is all that has to be sorted out with the green belt services. For the farmers, the policy is if you are farming, you farm, but you are managing the farm. That means you are putting 2 or 3 workers to do the farming is different. Then the policy for farming is you are the farmer, you farm. And then if the farmer going through the farm service, and then it's different, the picture.
Okay,
I
have some more questions and time is short. And if maybe you can respond this in detail later. And also, why didn't you choose to phase out in a more planned manner rather than one day to the other? Maybe you can respond in detail
I think
later.
we tried for 1 year to get a meeting with the forest people. They refused to meet us.
Oh, okay.
So it's a bit difficult to get a dialogue about how to do it in another way.
All right. While wanting to ensure food production, why are you spending budget on forest? Why are spending budget on forest? Why are you perhaps not spending budget on forest?
I understand this question.
Okay.
In the slides you presented, in the budget, you put forest 0.7, funds 0.7 and forest 1.4. Then if you read that list, I say you put in more money in forest than in farm. And this was the previous budget that was related to the 21-22 that became effective 22-23.
So
but this did not happen anymore. This is statistics. This is not today.
Okay. Perhaps you can publish a latest statistic related to how you are spending?
Sure.
Thank you. While having challenges with housing, why are we spending or focusing on outreach with 2.5 crore including village education? Again, is it an old statistic? Because in that list it says 2.5.
It's actually true. And we will conduct the research of all the outgoing projects Auroville has. That includes the village development. It will include all the schools that are externally. There are schools that are connected to SAIA. There are schools that are even outside the SAIA system. And some of them have rather little connection with Auroville, but are still using Auroville name and land, which is probably a very complex situation. So this will be examined very carefully in the coming months.
Thank you. Governing board asked for 33% contribution system to be reviewed. Did you? Why not increase the 33% to 120%, sorry, 100% and cover the deficit?
The main reason is that if you saw the economy projection we have, that means the economy sector, our income generating units, they have to expand maybe 2-3 times. They also need capital for that. If you take all the capital away or all the income away from the units, how will they ever grow? So you can't, what you say in Europe, you can't both have the cake and eat it. It's as simple as that. You have to find a balance between the two. So that's what I said earlier, that units who are in their later stage of life, which has too much funds for their operation, we should find a way that this money can be recycled. I often joke as an economist that the mother said there should be no circulation of money. I think we misunderstood it, that there should be no circulation of funds. Funds should move freely in Auroville. Funds are stuck everywhere and cannot move. And that we have to change. Because we have actually substantial funds, which are just, you could see in our income that we get 10 crores in interest. This is basically nice that we get this income, but it actually means we have 140 crores, which are just parked in the banks and are not active. It should be used actively for Auroville, not as a passive investment. It's totally stupid.
Fair enough. Like, you want to add a point to that?
I add something. You see that 760 units activities we had today, they are not static. We are growing in population. We are growing in units and activities and startups. Then the economy is not fixed. It's not pricey. Then if the number grow, I agree with you, because matters say we have to contribute 100%, not 33%.
I will also say to receive more people here, it's very, very important that they get a job. They have to work. We cannot just receive people and they use Auroville as a backdrop for whatever they want to do. So units has to provide employment. That's the only way we can reasonably grow.
With that thought, thank you. Now I invite. Oh yes, a short story. No, let me read out. Then it becomes a precedent. I need to be fair.
The first sentence and the last sentence.
Chorkal, there is one more. You can come after 5 minutes. Let me finish. Why is FAMC holding on to the income generated from visitor center parking? This money is meant to maintain and cover the expenses of the parking. The viewing point, the route to it, the salary, the free shuttle services, the vehicle maintenances, gas, insurance, and an endless number of the expenses of receiving thousands of visitors daily. At the moment, Matri Mandir has to pay from the money that donors give for the completion and maintenance of, no wait, that's long, maintenance of Matri Mandir. What is FAMC doing with that money?
First of all, FAMC is not at all blocking it. On the contrary, we would like a solution to it. The problem is that the new visitor center seems to be doing exactly what the old visitor center did. Visitor center should be accounting all the money and they should pay these costs. Then Matrimandia wants the money just to be transferred to them. They want the staff to be under their control. We said that's not going to work. That's an old system. You cannot have that visitor center parking donate money to Matrimandia and then you do with the money what you want. We said to Matrimandia very clearly, we will take these people, we will pay the cost for all these things. They have still refused to do that. Matrimandia also had 27 maintenance, even half and in different sizes. We said to them, you have 15 maintenance, you cannot have a very complex system of people having part maintenances here, part maintenance. So there's a lot of you could say, alignments we are doing to make both accounting and management practices very straight and very simple. If we don't do that, we end up in a mess. Auroville have always liked to make things very, very complex. Sometimes I feel that Auroville think that complexity is beautiful in itself. Complexity can be very beautiful, but not chaos. But Auroville have created often very chaotic solutions. We are trying to streamline Auroville chaos. So we are not blocking. We will release the funds as soon as there's some kind of arrangement that is aligned with how things should run.
I can see that Shimoy wants to respond, but then you can continue this over samosa. Okay. Thank you, Torkel. Thank you, Margarita. I think you can continue this after a little bit. May I now invite ATDC? Toby. Or not to be, but definitely be short.
Yeah. Oh, well, they had half an hour. They had half an hour.
You are ATDC.
Look at the road. If I do it short, it's 45 minutes. That I promise you. That I really promise you. We wrote down a few topics, and actually every topic what is written down is good enough for half an hour, 45 minutes, because I can easily say here, Serhu, what is on our project list. But when we start talking about Serhu, that is quite a story, how that started and who has worked on it, how it will look like, how it will look in when the lake is there and all that kind of thing. So every topic is quite special. And perhaps later on, we can do a few of those topics if that is needed or there is some wish for it. Next slide, please. Also for us, start our thing in the 47 minutes. Don't look also too static to it. I mean, it is a governing board decision list where they want to give an impetus to the development of Auroville. And they did not make anything new. It was already there. And the part of the TDC we took up, and step by step, we made a plan out of it. In a sense, you cannot do everything in one go, but there are priorities in locations, there are priorities in certain sectors of buildings, there are priorities in infrastructure, and step by step, all these things land to a plan, which you say, look, in the next few years, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, and that is basically what I'm going to present here. Very in a summary. Next slide, please. That takes a bit of time. Next slide. It is big enough for everybody. I feel again very at home by getting instructions. It is possible, huh?
You can't see from there.
This is better, yeah. Before I start going in one of those topics, there is something else what I would like to tell, because I've been in the TDC for about 10 years, coming in and out. And if I see what happened in the last 1.5, 2 years, there are quite a few changes. And if I sum up the changes which are there, and I think they're all quite okay. One is there is more focus on the master plan. I remember discussions on the table 10 years back that, we make a road and we call it a radial, and it had nothing to do with the master plan. I mean, the master plan is an evaluation from the Galaxy plan, is an evaluation from other plans, and it has a legal status. So at the moment when it has a legal status, you are up to follow it. Not like it is written in stone, but you follow it as much as possible as the circumstances allow you to. The second thing what happens is that we work quite intensively with the foundation. What was actually always the case. We always worked quite close with the foundation, but also now with a new partner, the CPWD. So it is TDC on one, it is foundation on the other, and in the triangle, it is the CPWD. And in those three parties, they take up their own responsibilities in getting the development going. We provide the briefings, and here and there the architecture and the plans. The foundation sanctions them. The CPWD takes some parts of the architecture and some parts of the execution. And step by step, and that took some time, we have to learn to work together. So every week we have our meetings, and every week we see how the projects are progressing. Also, because we have CPWD on board and the master plan is back in front, the government has also sanctioned quite a lot of money, the 1,700 crores. That is sanctioned money for the next 5 years. Unfortunately, we cannot use it for housing. We have to find the funds somewhere else. But a lot of this money can go to all kinds of projects which are necessary for Auroville, and I will come to this. Our main activities, and I wrote them down here, is first the sector plans and the guidelines. I will not say much about this. It looks theoretical work, but it is important that there are green belt guidelines. It is important that there are guidelines for the parks. It is important that there are guidelines for buildings, safety aspects and all that kind of thing. That is important. So that is all, or it is already done, or it is almost done, or at least it is far in development. The second thing is housing. We are full in housing. I will show a few slides of what kind of projects we have ready. And basically, they can start. Unfortunately, we have the NGT verdict, so we cannot start building in the master plan. But outside the master plan, there are also possibilities, and we'll come to this. Amenities, I said already, Serhu. There are more of those amenities. I will say something about it. Roads and infrastructure, something what is not very known for where we are busy with. I can tell a lot about water, I can tell a lot about electricity that needs separate presentations here, because that is quite a field from what we are doing here. Applications, of course, administration, I will not say too much. So let's go to housing. We have at the moment 3 projects which are conceptually ready. The first one in the master plan area. The first one is the habitat. The second one is new birth. And the third one is the line of progress. Also the line of Goodwell is in development, but that is quite a complex building. That is the biggest line of force with the 5,000 to 8,000 people. So that will take a bit of time, but the first 3 are quite far. I mean, conceptually they're done. The engineers are working on it for the constructional engineering. And basically we can start. Outside the master plan, and that is something what has come in the last few months, we see in the verdict of the NGT that building in the master plan is forbidden. I mean, we cannot do much. We can actually only do the infrastructure. So we are looking more and more outside the master plan for building. In that sense, we have contacted, or actually they have contacted us, a governmental financing agency, HUDCO, and we are working with them together to get those housing projects outside the master plan going. We are selecting these days a location, so don't exchange everything. And when you have the EAT, let me know where it is, because in the next week we will find a location for those projects. And it cannot be that we have 3 projects on the same plot. That will be a bit difficult. The financing, I think the financing of those projects will be by loan. A loan has to be paid back. We saw just the figures of Torquil. You can put a few crores more on the expense side, because that is what Auroville has to give for the installments and the interest. There's a whole plan behind it, in the sense that we can increase the maintenances for people who are living there, and then by that the loan can be paid back, but that is more FMC. I didn't see it fully in your presentation, but perhaps in the next presentation that will come. Okay, let's have the next dia. Here are the 3 projects in the master plan depicted. Habitat, because it is the whole habitat belt in the northern inner city part. New birth, the right upper corner of sector 1, and the line of progress, not a very big but a very significant line of force, which is partly already there, to extend it further into Auroville. These are the locations what we thought of. Next. If you see the 3 projects, then these are the numbers of the projects. First the architects, then the amount of units, and then the residents. You see that we have here 1,500 people, residents, who can stay here. And that's extra on top of what we have at the moment. I mean, if we get this going, then you have a growth dynamo. I mean, then the thing starts. It is unfortunately that we cannot build it. I mean, it is this 2 people go to a court and then you have to stop. And I mean, it is crazy if you think of it like this. The cost you see there in crores, the cost per square meter, excluding the lands, that I have to say. It is true, we are a bit expensive in our cost per square meter. Also per square feet, that goes together. Huh? But that is mainly, and that is even excluding the land. I mean, so we are not very cheap. Habitat basically can start. These the first. New birth, there are some lands missing, but people are working very hard to get it. And the line of progress, Shalaja has presented her plans. It is quite a complex project, so that will take a few more weeks before that is ready. Next. Here you see the habitat, the layout. I will not say too much. I'm not an architect, but it is for families and people who are alone. Next. Next. This is the new birth. That is more scattered over the land, so it is more individual housing. The first one, habitat, was more apartments. This is more individual housing. And the name new birth came that there is something that they want young families there and young children, and that was a bit the idea of this project. Next. Now we go to line of progress. Next. Here in schematic evaluation, you see here the typical form of the line of force with the apartments. What I just said is more. I mean, if you read the Galaxy plan, the original Galaxy plan from end 60s, where Mother gave very precise amount square meters to individuals and to families and to couples. I mean, I'm not saying this will follow it precisely, but she was very specific in how much square meter an individual person could get. That has changed a bit in the master plan. It got a little bit more space, but still it is fully there. Next. Amenities. We are happy to have this list. Sirhu, of course, but that needs a completely own presentation for what is needed there. One of the most beautiful things of the presentation upon Sirhu is that exactly on the nodal point of the cultural zone and the international zone, both zones are coming there together. And also Mother said the international zone and the cultural zone, that are two important growth sectors, and it has all to come together in that Sirhu, that human unity. It is on the lake, directly on the lake. There will not be a glass wall that you can see the fishes. I mean, that it will not be like this, but it is bordering the lake, and it is very beautifully made, integrated with the lake. Morningstar, we see that the area for health around Santé is growing. Step by step, it will be a health plaza, and one of the things that is coming out for due birth for women who are pregnant and they will have a child, that will be a facility there. And basically, it is already it can start. Mother's Flower Garden, a whole group of people. I mentioned not all the names, who have categorized all the flowers, but Mother have gave names, and they have started to make a garden where all those flowers will come. It is really beautiful, and this will also start in a few weeks from now. Vocational Training Center, that is the same as Sirhu. We can give a whole presentation on the Vocational Training Center for what kind of functionalities are there, how many people will be there, what kind of trainings will be given. Virtual Museum, that might be a bit new. That is one of the new functions of the Tamil Heritage Center. We were looking for a good location to build in Auroville virtual museum. That was originally planned in Barativas. Now we looked at all the rooms there, and it was or too dusty, or too this, or too small, or to whatever. But now one of the rooms in the Tamil Heritage Center will be prepared. And then the new town hall. I had a long talk with Anupama about it. She has taken up this project, and she said to me that when she had a talk with Roger about the new town hall, she said as soon as the town hall starts or is even ready, then some kind of other kind of governance will come into Auroville. And Mother has said this to Roger, Roger said it to Anupama, she said it to me. So something is it a stop and hard stop? I'm not halfway, so you can take 10 more. Next. Underestimated this. If I see what is happening here with roads, ring road, electricity, water and telecom, then it is quite a lot. Crown Road, of course, we are every day, everybody experience the Crown. We are halfway in construction of it. Just 2 kilometers is almost done. We are eager to go on with the next 2.4 kilometer. The problems mounting there, challenges, let me call it challenges, are quite immense. Perenboog, lands we don't have, technological problems, but step by step we get them under control, and basically we are pushing every day to get as much as possible of the crown ready. When the crown is ready, we can connect the radials, we can develop the inner city, and then the construction, what you see now, will be normal for the next few years, because the amount of projects and construction, that's one of the reasons why there's not quite a heavy road. Electricity, we have seen the big rolls in front of the youth center. Those rolls are gone. So the high tension network is developing itself. We at last found a place for the substation that went from one location to the other. But now we have an agreement with the TNB that it comes there where the in front of the visitor center, where the vermicompost station was planned. Water, we are going in a super speed with water at the moment. A complete reorganization of the whole water field. Bore wells will be taken over, will be connected, will be shared. Wastewater will be taken over, will be shared. We have a new sludge wastewater treatment plant in the planning, and that will start building in a few months from now. And telecom, you have seen all the cameras left and right for safety, and that has already its effect if somebody is sitting behind the screens to look at it. But that is just a detail. This is what I more or less want to say. Perhaps later we do more things.
Thank you, Toby. I mean, I can understand you had to stop a lot and you had to rush through it. Well, this is what happens when you meet after 10 months. And also this is what happens when we meet after 10 minutes. We have so many questions. So I am also mindful of time. We have RAS presentation also. And I would want to finish it by 7 o'clock because perhaps some of them have commitments. So what do we do?
Shoot.
I shoot the question and
yeah,
you
but
have,
what you want, yeah, but better,
you
yeah.
have yes or no answer only.
Yeah, no.
Okay. Why are there no more speed limit signs anywhere in Auroville anymore?
Yeah, this is a very good question, and it has come a few times on our table. First of all, they don't work. Speed.
Next question.
Yeah, they don't work. We stepped away from the how do you call them, the barriers, because that was too dangerous in a few situations. What? Speed breakers, yeah. And we come with something else. We will come with something else.
So signs will not come up anymore. You have.
I think they will come up, but not only the signs. It will be a program more, perhaps with cameras, perhaps with people who look at it. It has to be a program because the signs only don't work.
Okay. When will be a safe road access provided for the communities on the Crown Road? At the moment, it is very dangerous to walk or drive in and out of it.
Yeah.
Because it's raised very high.
I wish I had an answer for this. I really wish, but that will take a bit of time. I take this question with me, and I have to come back.
So once the Crown is ready, you will think about what to do with the communities.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a good question.
When will be the Crown Road walkable? Is there a date?
Walkable?
Yeah.
Look, the Crown is meant for two-wheelers, non-motorized traffic.
Okay.
So cycles, walking. It should be a plaza, a big plaza which connects all the different sectors of Auroville. That will take a bit of time.
I guess the person who asked this question knows that, but he wants to know when will it be ready so that he could walk. He or she
I don't know.
Could walk.
I wish I could say. Look, at the moment, we wanted to have actually the whole Crown ready in the beginning of this year. Now, that didn't work for all kinds of reasons. So first we have to get that Crown ready as much as possible. And then we start talking about to get the traffic out of the city. I remind everybody that the inner city should be silent. And there should hardly be any traffic there, except for walking and cycles and all that kind of thing. And that starts with the Crown. So motorized traffic can come to the Crown and not further. But we have construction sites, we have emergency traffic, we have all that kind of things, what has to be also regulated there. So I wish I had an answer for this.
Fair enough.
And in our mobility reports, there are some guidelines, but how they will land, I don't know. I don't know.
So perhaps you can talk to the team and answer in detail later, no?
Yes.
So I will send you this question.
Yeah.
GOI grants are included. Infrastructure GOI money is 1,700 crore. Where is it?
Yeah. Look, all the infrastructure is, and not only the infrastructure, it is much more than infrastructure, is GOI paid or GOI funded. we don't use BCC money or whatever for pipes and cables and roads and all that kind of things.
So, do you have the money, or you?
I told you already, we have 1,700 crores and we have to spend it in the next 5 years. And as long as you have a building stop and you cannot do everything, then it will be quite difficult.
So the number is true. You have that money.
Well, I have it. It is sanctioned by the government for CPWD, and they basically, together with the foundation, had us the dispersed.
But ATDC can plant that money.
Yeah.
How?
Yeah.
When are the mosquito breeding holes get closed on the Crown Road in the residential zone?
I don't know. You don't know. You know, Jaya, when that happens?
Okay.
She's also TDC.
No, I'm saying.
So with the Crown and the work, it is lots of difficulties. There has been a lot of resistance, a lot of interference. We have had contractors who have withdrawn because they could not work under the circumstances. Members of the CPW have said we have never worked in these kind of situations anywhere in India where they have been working, and they work all over the place. No? So there has been many components. We have the trees which have to be moved and which are delayed because of this National Green Tribunal. No? So there's many factors that we have no control on whatsoever. The road was supposed to be ready in January, but all these things which delay, and we are also very clear, for myself at least, that there is no way we are harassing the workers anymore. So I saw myself subtrains behavior up with people, and you cannot, when people are working, walk them like this and measure around their feet. You know, you cannot. People, it's unbearable situations. So a lot of stuff has been really created. And there has been no reaction in the community on the NGT thing, so we are stuck with it. Lots of work, and a lot of it has to do with the Crown and this. So those holes, I drive also on the road, and I have not had a problem driving there. But I also am very clear that this is a construction site. It's a road building site. It's not a place for children to play and all these things. So that is very Aurovilian also, that we kind of leave it be and then we blame somewhere else afterwards. I feel very strongly about this. It's very tiring.
Okay. I have many questions, but I will not probe it further for the reason of time. What is the surface chosen for the very uneven Crown Road? When will that work start?
For the surface of the Crown. Now, what you see at the moment, that is more or less the end situation. And of course, it will be eagleized and all the potholes will be closed. But you see at the moment in road engineering the end situation.
Okay. Why are the street lamp posts set so close to each other on the Crown Road?
And then they give more light.
The question is, why are the street lights placed so close to each other?
It's a good question. I will take it to the infrastructure team, this one.
Okay. Is the green belt part of the master plan?
Sorry,
is the green belt part of the master plan?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. The NGT asks for detailed development plans to be ecologically assessed. Are these plans being prepared? Are they ready?
What shall I say? Look, it is true that the NGT has requested not only we don't talk about DDPs anymore. Legally we talk about sector plans. So that is one thing, but it is basically the same. So that is only an form
legally,
thing.
as in you don't have DDPs.
Yeah, the
anymore?
DDPs. We are working at the moment for the DDP for sector 1-2 residential zone. For sector 1 zone for the inner city, and for industrial zone. Sector 1 and for the service nodes, and they are ready or on completion, or and some parts are already in execution with in the discussion with the CPWD.
Okay. In the last meeting, you announced the completion of the Crown Road in few months.
Yeah.
When it will be reasonably finished, at least what you started. Also, the new road seems slippery. Any plan to fix it? Finally, will it ever be beautiful?
Okay. Don't mistake what I'm saying. We work day and night to get it finished. It is every discussion is the crown. What we don't have the lands. We have a breakthrough at the moment in land buying, so we can in foreseeable time start connecting parts of the crown. Perambok, that's in the whole process of exchange. We are not allowed to cut a single tree at the moment. Now, I can give you more of those points, but makes it difficult to do. If those things are all done, we can do it actually quite fast. But that is not the point and not in our hands. That's a bit the thing. The land buying is partly in our hands. The exchange is partly in our hands. The trees is not in our hands. I hope that we have quickly a breakthrough with the NGT in Delhi. But I mean, this is the situation where we are in.
Got it. Again, paucity of time. I see there are a few questions which are repeated related to crown, which is understandable. So what I suggest is I will say read out the questions. If it is any different, you can answer. Otherwise, you can put them together and give a comprehensive answer on what are your plans related to crown. Last meeting, ATDC's presentation announced large amounts of crores for AV development, which you also confirm now. Which Indian ministry authority approved it? Only the GB or the head of education?
Who
Ministry
has
of Education.
approved what? I don't.
The money. They want to know who approved the money. Is it the GB or the Ministry of Education?
Look, it is the ministry.
It's together, no?
It's the ministry. Yeah. They have the money and they approve.
And they are not separate from each other. Yeah. And when will the holes on the Crown Road be closed? They are an embarrassment.
I agree. I don't know what the planning is. It was. Do you know when they will be closed?
Okay, now I think 1 month ago they started filling it, and due to the rains they stopped, and they have not restarted it. Perhaps you may look into restarting it. It's truly an issue, in fact a safety hazard too. So if the line of force is not starting, what is the next project for housing? How is it financed?
Look, I told you, we have 3 projects in the master plan, and we have probably 2 projects outside the master plan.
And you also mentioned line of progress, no?
Yeah, that is one of the 3 in the master plan. Yes.
Perhaps this question was written before that slide. Okay, why are there no more speed limit? I mean, I have come to the first question, so we are done with the circle.
Oh.
Super, thank you very much. If you have more questions, you can again submit to me. Thank you, Toby, for fearlessly standing here. Now,
pleasure was mine.